It is because we are in the inverse that we have always been encouraged to waste and destroy instead of using the resources around us and within. Nature, even if it's mostly from the holographic template, does a wonderful job of providing an abundance of options. Poverty has been finely engineered. Monocultures only exploit a single product. It is important to think about getting out of the overwhelming dependence on a few dozen domesticated food. It is also key to get out of the monoculture of fruit trees. The system has encouraged man to force the plants to behave in a certain way. Man has been taught to work against nature and to work harder and harder, imprinting negative core beliefs linked to having to work so hard, very hard. It's cleverly entangled with the notion of time. An edible forest is designed to provide fruits, nuts, vegetables, medicinal plants, and wood through its various layers of fruit trees, shrubs, bushes, herbaceous plants, root vegetables and tuberous plants, ground covers, climbing vines, and edible flowers. The maintenance work is very low, and time and energy are saved thanks to the perennial plants that are taking care of reseeding themselves. A plant does not grow where it grows by chance. It has a role to play. Some plants considered invasive are there to make the future possible. In the face of the challenge we are facing, it remains important to take our share while giving back all that we are able of at this present moment. The architects love to play with the yearning to belong to our spirit tribe. A lot of us had this vision of community living, and a lot of us also realized the complexity of such thing, considering the realm we are in. Communities and projects are always hijacked through the blind spot of the members, infiltrated from the outside and also from the inside. Being service-oriented truly is not an easy job. One has to heavily deprogram and be constantly aware of ego-based and self-serving patterns, and this includes subtle layers such as projections, thought injections, sacrifice, guilt, and shame programming. Most of the traps that will be taking place can be predicted in advance and deactivated, with applying a strong sense of discernment, but mistakes are also common for a population under mind control. We hear a lot about spiritual bypassing, which is about avoiding dealing with unresolved and unprocessed wounds and emotions, and bypassing the shadow and psychological work that needs to be done. But spiritual bypassing takes a whole new meaning when we consider the mind control constant within our realm. It explains why most believe they are following their hearts and intuition while they are being mistaken. Something else is operating in the background, some form of programming. There is a need to question everything we feel and not act on it impulsively, but it's not always easy to resist every setup, for they are numerous. How the program works is also that it encourages individuals to validate each other further into lies and deeper layers of programmation. My search for a community space ended and took another form when I realized there wasn't such a place in this realm, or at least not as I was envisioning it to be, and this because of the level of mind control we are all under. There is no shortcut. It feels necessary to start out small with a few trusted others who are able to pierce through deception and be accountable when they are being deceived. Quality is prevalent to quantity. Through shadow work and the ability of members to deprogram as things erupt, more and more unity consciousness can be integrated, and the divide and conquer program can slowly be overcome. The inverted programming needs to be uncovered and neutralized. The software needs to be deactivated for humans to naturally return to the connection with organic living principles that respect all living beings. The inner work isn't an easy piece, and all mind-controlled assets are suffering levels and degrees of psychological, emotional, psychic, and of course spiritual torture every single day through their own minds. Dark factions are targeting anyone that is not following the programming lines and anything that is coming from a place of creation. They try to annihilate, contain, domesticate, seduce. Will we be clear-minded enough to see through the mind games, working with our intent, connecting outside of these frequency grids every day is sure a great weapon for deliverance to keep on coming our way.